Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty. Thank you for joining me for another conversation today. And I wanted to talk about this podcast that I was listening to Monique, the comedian, and her husband have. And they were talking about Steve Harvey and the recent events that's just happened in his professional life, where he's lost a couple of really big opportunities. His talk show, the Steve Harvey Show, or Steve, whatever it's called, I don't watch it, and the show Little Big Shots, which was a sort of, I guess, variety talent show for children that he was the host of. And these are pretty big deals. These are pretty big losses for him. And I guess a lot of people on social media, they were celebrating the fact that this happened to Steve, and they were tagging Monique in it, hoping that she would either chime in or agree or, join in the celebration. Well, I have to say that what she said really touched my heart, and I relate with it. And on this channel, a lot of the things that I talk about is things that I may relate to in some way, shape, or form. I don't just make videos and talk about topics for views, obviously. But she said, we can't celebrate the things that are happening to him right now, because that's not something that I ever wished on him. And that's what I want people to really listen to. And the reason I relate to that is because I have experienced things in my life where people that I thought had my back, or I thought, not even thought, I knew I was helping them out in some way, they turn for the sake of money. They turn for the sake of, I can do better without you and make more money without you, so I'm going to just go and forge this out on my own. And it was for the sake of money, and they said, screw the integrity. And many people may disagree with Monique, but she said a lot of the things that she was doing was for integrity, and also for people that were or are coming behind her. She wanted to pave the way. So when she made the stands to boycott Netflix, which, I didn't really agree with that completely, but I understood it. I'm not saying I didn't understand, and some other things that she's turned down. A huge gift from Tyler Perry, she turned it down for the sake of integrity. She's like, no, you can't pay me to keep my mouth closed, because I'm going to speak about what's right and what's wrong. And it's wrong. You agree with me, but you don't want to stand up. That's your prerogative. That's your choice to not do that. But she's not celebrating Steve Harvey's losses in business and his professional career, because about 3 months ago, I want to say it was either back in late February or maybe even early March, when the episode aired of his talk show, when he interviewed her. He had her on the show, and he was talking about, this is not the integrity game, this is the money game, which I did not agree with that either. And he said, I can't sacrifice everything that I have going on for the sake of integrity when I have other people that I'm responsible for and people that I have to take care of. Okay, that's his decision. That's his opinion. He had the right to choose to do that. Well, now that these things are happening, this is my belief. You all know, who've been following this channel for a while, who are subscribed, and who've seen my older videos. I completely, I'm in agreement with the law of sowing and reaping in life. Whether you agree with it or not, it is real. Whether you believe in gravity or not, is real. If you step off the ledge, you're going to fall to the ground, and you're either going to be extremely injured or you're going to die, depending on how high up you are. So you don't have to believe in gravity. You don't have to believe in sowing and reaping. And that's why it is so important to treat people the way that you would want to be treated, and to sow good seeds in life, because you will reap a harvest from that. It doesn't matter if someone is wishing that on you or praying that upon you. It's going to happen, because that's just the way life is. So I do believe that a lot of these losses that he is experiencing is the law of sowing and reaping. He is just reaping the harvest of the seeds that he has planted. But we don't have to celebrate the harvest. And that's really what this video is about. In life, you're going to have people that are going to do you dirty and do you wrong. They're going to do things that you disagree with. Some are going to be just extremely hateful towards you. Some may even be violent towards you. You know, that's not good. That's not cool. Of course not. But we don't have to celebrate when they are reaping the harvest of the seeds that they have sown. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of videos out there that talks about the stuff that Steve Harvey's done to his previous wives, because I guess he's been married 2 times before this current one. And I even did on my podcast early last year, I did an episode on my podcast. It's the Being Beautifully Honest podcast. It's on iTunes. And I talked about, will you be, you know, a sellout to be sold out? And I also talked about how Steve Harvey, it was reported that he treated the employees of his previous talk show when he was in transition and he was going to be moving from Chicago to Los Angeles and moving his show there. I believe that he did a lot of the people wrong that was working there for the sake of a come out and for the sake of, you know, doing better in business. I just don't operate that way. But again, we all have decisions in life that we have to make, and it's our decision whether we want to do that or not. And for the sake of money, he decided to let integrity go by the wayside. So he said it out of his own mouth. He said, this is not the integrity game, this is the money game. That might be a true statement for the overall industry of Hollywood, but the fact that you choose that over integrity speaks a lot about your character. So apparently that's the way he's been operating his life, and now he's reaping the harvest of the seeds that he has sown. But Monique is being the bigger person, and I love that. Like, I almost was brought to tears when I was listening to her podcast, because that is how I live my life. I have had so many people that have done me wrong. And when I say so many people, here's the thing. I'm not saying that I just have this plethora of people in my past that have done me dirty, but it's been enough to where it's like, you know what, this is ridiculous. And I know that what they have done, they will see it again in the future, because my mom has a saying, it's behind you and it's before them. It's your past, it's behind you now. You keep moving forward. They're going to keep moving forward as well, but they're going to meet in some space in their life what they did to you, and it's going to be greater. Because the thing about it is, when you plant seeds, the seeds don't grow into seeds. The seeds grow into greater things. You plant, a seed for a tree, you're going to get this huge tree with an abundance of leaves. It's not going to grow into a little seed. So that's why it's very important to sow good seeds in your life, because what you sow, you will reap, and it is always greater than what you have sown. So it's not going to be, they stole from you, then they're going to end up getting, something stolen from them, or, on the same wavelength. It's always going to be greater. And I just don't want to take that chance with my life. So I just choose to let God have the vengeance, let him have his way in everyone's lives, not just in mine. I'm not going to seek the vengeance. I'm just going to let him handle it. And I'm going to keep moving forward. And so I saw it on Monique's face when I saw clips of the Steve talk show when she was on there, when he was saying what he was saying about, this is not the integrity game, this is the money game. And, she said, no, it's integrity over money. And she allowed him to say what he was saying, and and I could just see it on her face, like, you know what, brother, you really don't get it, and you're just going to have to learn that lesson on your own. So we all have lessons in life that we have to learn in some way. She learned her lessons from the things that she went through and is currently going through. From being blackballed in the industry, she learned about people that she thought had her back, and that she thought were friends, and she still, loves them, I believe, deep down in her heart, but she learned how they operate, and that's the lessons that she had to be taught. And I have learned lessons about people in life, people that I thought, were for me, I thought had my back, family, so-called friends, former business colleagues that I've invested in and helped out. You learn who these people are, and it was a hard lesson, but I learned it, and I had to do that, and she had to do that. But she's not going to glory in the stuff that he is losing, and even the Bible says that, like, we're not supposed to celebrate other people's sufferings, even if you know that they were wrong in what they did. You don't celebrate their sufferings, but you hope that they will learn from the things that they have gone through, the things that they have experienced, the losses that they may have encountered. You hope that they learn from it, and I'm hopeful that Steve will learn from these things. No, I don't believe that he's going to be destitute, from these losses, but I do believe that it's going to hurt, and I don't even think that it's completely over yet. Because, like I said, when you sow those seeds, you reap a harvest. Think about a field. Like, let's, for example, think about a cornfield. Those seeds were so small that were planted by those farmers. But over time, it just starts to sprout, and it starts to grow and grow and grow. And then there's this amazing abundance of corn in this field. That is huge. And so the seeds that he's sown, the harvest that he is reaping and is going to reap is going to be huge as well. So I don't know all the ins and outs of his personal business. I don't really care to know. I just know what I know and the things that I've seen and the things that I've heard. And what I will say is, I don't believe that it's completely over. So I just wanted to share that. We don't have to celebrate the harvest. When we see people in our lives, or connected to other people that we care about that have done something wrong to someone else that we love and care about, or even to ourselves, and then we learn about things that they've experienced and things that they've suffered, we don't have to celebrate that and say, yeah, that's what they get, they had it coming. That it just is what it is. And that's just the point of this video that I wanted to share today. That's what's on my heart. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it, with Monique being the bigger person and saying, no, I'm not going to celebrate that. Or even the things that Steve is, going through, and the losses that he has recently experienced on a very public platform. It's not secretive. Everyone knows about it that has an ear, to hear, an eye to see what's going on. So it's not private, it's very public. And let me know how you feel about it. Let me know your thoughts. Let's discuss it in the comment section. So again, thank you so much. This is Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty. I appreciate you joining me for this conversation today. And until the next video, as always, I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day. And I will see you again soon.